So today's video is going to be about Dave Chappelle because it's very obvious that he got replaced, you know what I mean? And we're going to go very deep in the rabbit hole today because as you guys can see by the title, Malcolm Barrett is playing the role of Dave Chappelle, Bokeem Woodbine, and Too Short the rapper. So before I get into the video, I just want to give a shout out to Money Motivated Stars. Go subscribe to his channel. He has some really good videos. And YouTube is trying to hide his videos and they're not sending notifications to all his subscribers. You know, the same thing that they're doing to me. So that goes to show you that he's speaking some real shit. So go subscribe to him. The link is in the description below. And if any of you guys want a shout out, be sure to reach out to me on Instagram or Twitter. The link is in the description below. And my email is also in the description. So Malcolm Barrett is an American actor best known for playing the role of a developer and time traveler, Rufus Carlin in Timeless on NBC. So he's a professional actor, you know what I mean? So he's a good enough actor to be able to play all three of these roles. And shout out to Cam B. He was the first one to make a video saying Malcolm Barrett is Dave Chappelle. So I had that video in mind, you know, I've been thinking about making that video for a long time. But I also want to give a shout out to Bosco 100 because I didn't realize that Malcolm Barrett is also Bokeem Woodbine and Too Short the rapper. So shout out to Bosco 100 because when he posted this, I was like, wow, they look exactly the same. And in the caption, he said, "Get over here. Y'all think y'all slick. I ain't never seen y'all at the same place at the same time." And that's true. We've never seen any four of these guys at the same place at the same time. And they look exactly the same, you know what I mean? And this is Malcolm Barrett's Instagram, and his name is Verbal Be Rappin'. So he's basically letting us know that he's also rapping, just like Too Short. And this is Bokeem Woodbine. You know, all four of these characters look exactly the same. So I understand this is going to be like a hard video for a lot of people to believe because it's four different people. You know, I've never made a video like this before, but these people play multiple roles, you know what I mean? It's not just one. So watch this video with an open mind, do your own research, and question everything. You know what I mean? Like, this is my channel. All I'm doing is questioning, you know, giving my opinions on stuff. And, you know, people are always telling me like, oh, why don't you make a video about this? Why don't you make a video about this? You know, this is my channel. I just want to get on here and question things that I see on the media. And feel free to make your own channel if you have other things you want to talk about, you know what I mean? But there's nothing wrong with questioning things, you know what I mean? So do your own research, ask questions, you know, it's okay to ask some questions and question everything. And just ask this question to yourself. Why do all four of these characters look exactly the same? Why are they the same height? Why have we never seen them in the same place at the same time? You know what I mean? It's just so many coincidences that I'm going to get into. So as you can see, Too Short is wearing a mask. It's pretty obvious when you zoom in on his face. You know, whenever there's like a thick layer like that, that's when you know it's a mask. And Malcolm Barrett does a lot of one-eye symbolism. And I'm not sure if Malcolm Barrett is the base character. You know, sometimes the person that we think is the base character, you know, even they aren't the base character. Sometimes there's somebody behind them. But I'm pretty sure Malcolm Barrett is the base character. And here's some more one-eye symbolism. One-eye symbolism again. And when I look at this picture, man, it's so obvious that he got replaced, you know what I mean? Like, I was so sad when I found out because Dave Chappelle is one of my favorite comedians of all time. You know, he's my second favorite comedian. Katt Williams is my favorite comedian. And Katt Williams has a video saying that he saw Dave Chappelle get decapitated. So I'm going to play that video towards the end of this video, so stick around for that. But Dave Chappelle has been replaced, you know what I mean? And Katt Williams gave us that hint with that video. And I was so sad when I found out because it's like, you know, they really find somebody that just looks like you and they just use that person to replace you. It's so crazy how they do it. And, you know, people always ask me, like, there's 7 billion people in the world. Obviously, there's going to be somebody that looks like you. And that's true, you know what I mean? That's 100% true. Because that's what they're doing. They're finding somebody in the world that looks just like you. And they're hiring that person to play your role. And who knows what they do with the base character. Like the real Dave Chappelle, he's probably like in some type of underground facility somewhere. Or who knows, they probably kill him off. Who knows? You never really know. But consciousness transfer is real. You know, vrills are real as well. I'm going to do more research on that. And I'm going to work on a video for that. But as you can see, all these people are the same person. Especially Bokeem Woodbine. You can tell he's wearing a mask. I mean, it's so obvious. And he's an actor as well, just like Malcolm Barrett. And one thing you guys have to realize is that when you get to a certain point in your career, they're going to offer you a deal. And you either take that deal or they replace you. So either way, they're going to get their way. You know what I mean? They're going to get their money. Because Dave Chappelle made like 500 million or something, and they only wanted to give him 10% of that, which is like what, 50 million? So it's crazy, you know what I mean? Like, he turned it down. He went to Africa, and when he came back, he was a completely different person. So, you know what I mean? It's like you can only get so far in the industry before they do something to you. So this is why I tell you guys, just if you're a rapper or if you're looking to be in the industry, you know, just be independent, you know what I mean? Do everything on your own. You don't need a manager, you don't need a company, you don't need a deal, you don't need a record label, you don't need none of that. Just do everything yourself. If anything, hire like your family members, your friends, you know what I mean? People you can trust, and just do everything on your own. But yeah, man, just ask yourself this question. Why do all these guys look very similar? You know what I mean? Like, it's just so funny. The eyes never lie, you guys. And it's so funny how they all have the same gap. Look at that. They all have a gap. But yeah, you know, there's a lot of people that when they see my videos for the first time, they have no idea what's going on, you know what I mean? They can't accept the fact that they have been deceived. And that's a big part of the problem. You know, you have to realize that deception is going on in this world. You know, the people who run this world are very smart. They have all the knowledge. They have all the forbidden knowledge that we don't have access to. You know, if you look at the Vatican has like some archives, and they have all this information that we don't have access to. They have so much technology, you guys won't even believe it. You know, they can do deep fakes. They can create vrills and like, you know, consciousness transfer. All this stuff is real, you guys. Like, cloning itself is not real where like there's two of you walking around at the same time, because that's not how it works. You know, they just transfer your consciousness into another vessel, and now you're in that vessel, and you know what I mean? That's the real truth about cloning right there. But I'll make another video about that. And as you can see, this is just a weird picture. Like, come on now. But yeah, man, it's so crazy how they do this stuff. And another thing I want to say is, like, once you accept the fact that you have been deceived, then you will realize that everything I'm saying is true. You know what I mean? And this stuff is going on. Once you realize that everything on TV and the media is a lie, only then will you be able to see the truth and question things for yourself. So do your own research. And look at Too Short right here. He's wearing a mask. It's so obvious. He looks just like Bokeem Woodbine right here. Here's some more one-eye symbolism. So now I'm going to show you guys some videos of Malcolm Barrett.
Is this the, okay. This is a promo for Mondays with Mindy, with Malcolm. I'm Malcolm, she's Mindy. That's the promo. What day is this? Watch the show. Why don't we just skip ahead to my best man speech?
No, what are you doing?
Hello. All right.
Sorry.
Let's do this. Okay. What are we doing?
We're doing one nostril. So
Okay.
just go back a little bit more.
Are you going to put this whole thing in there?
No, I'm not. It's going to be quick and easy.
I feel like
want
I've
it to be-
said the same thing. All right, let's go.
I want it to be accurate, so bear with me. Come on, Malcolm.
Shit.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, is that it?
Here's a picture of Malcolm Barrett looking just like Dave Chappelle.
If you guys are wondering why the music's getting all crazy today, why I am so excited. There is a myriad of things going on in the world right now. I can't believe.
So here's a picture of the real Dave Chappelle. And as you can see, he was skinny. Like, he always used to say that he wants to stay skinny. That way he could run fast and stuff like that. And for some reason, when he came back looking completely different. And he was bigger, you know what I mean? So people don't just go against what they say they're going to do, you know what I mean?
Purple rain, purple rain. I only wanna see you in it rain. Purple rain. You want more silly videos like this? You want to go back to that? Defund the police. Support Breonna Taylor. Demand her justice. Follow other black women today to learn more details.
Because I remember Dave Chappelle said he'll never sign a deal. And he doesn't want to give them the money for that. And when he came back, he ended up signing that deal. So it's like, why are you going to go against everything you said?
In black. There's literally no place in American history that'll be awesome for me. But I am black. There's literally no place in American history that'll be awesome for me. But I am black.
And right here, he has a picture in front of some Masonic bricks.
Hey, I'm Malcolm Barrett, and today on Extreme Voting, we're voting to extreme. Let's find our local vote polling place. Vote. Let's vote. Hey.
And like I was saying, you know, question everything you see on the media, the news, the internet, the TV. Question all of that. Because all of that is not real life. You know what I mean? Everything you see in your real life, that's real. You know what I mean? Like things you can see, things you can touch, you know, in the physical world. That stuff is real. But everything on the internet, that's when you start getting deceived. You know, that's when deception is possible. And as you can see, he's doing some one-eye symbolism. And he's with people that are wearing a mask. This picture blew my mind the first time I seen it because I thought this was a picture of Dave Chappelle. But this is Malcolm Barrett. And this is the new Dave Chappelle. You know, they look identical. And then here's Malcolm Barrett again. And this is Daryl Mitchell. You know, he died a couple years back. And I did more research on him. And he does look a bit like Malcolm Barrett as well. So that might have been another role that he played as well. But I can't 100% confirm that yet. But I wouldn't be surprised, you know what I mean? Because he's already playing all these other roles, so. And this is the real Dave Chappelle. Like, you could just tell that this is not the same person. You know what I mean? Like, he was a completely different person. His jokes were way funnier. That's another thing. Now his jokes are trash, and, like, he's just not the same comedian that he used to be. And when you go to Dave Chappelle's Instagram, his profile picture is black. So whenever they have, like, a blacked out profile picture like that, that usually means that the real person was replaced. And he only has 4 posts on his Instagram, you know what I mean? Like, if you're a big fan of Dave Chappelle, you know that this is not the real Dave Chappelle. His jokes are way different. You know, he's not as funny as he used to be. You know, everything just seems off with him now.
How are we looking?
Now, this is where we get into the best evidence that I found. So, I was scrolling down Malcolm Barrett's Instagram and I found this post. And he posted this picture of Dave Chappelle, you guys. Is that a coincidence? What are the chances that the guy that I'm accusing of looking exactly like Dave Chappelle, he has a picture of Dave Chappelle on his Instagram, and Malcolm Barrett isn't in this picture? So that goes to show you that this is just straight mockery, you know. They always have to tell us what they're doing. And when I saw this picture, I had to leave a comment. I said, we've never seen Malcolm Barrett and Dave Chappelle in the same room. So when you search up Dave Chappelle and Too Short, a couple articles come up saying that Too Short claims that Dave Chappelle stole a couple of his words. So that's just funny, you know what I mean? That they have a connection right there.
Can you tell me if I was accurate or not? Let's go.
I like, by the way, do you ever like really explore, at the time I didn't, I'll just be honest, the concept of blow the whistle, it's actually pretty deep concept in and of itself that he's a referee calling a personal foul on you taking his expression of that word. Right? Like, that's pretty...
I didn't even catch that that's what the song was about.
Yeah.
So the song, Blow the Whistle, is that he's a ref, basically, blowing the whistle.
So he's
you
a character.
You're saying biatch the way he said it. You're stealing from him, man.
He's coming from the perspective of the referee.
He is,
So he's playing a character.
Blow the whistle.
So he
whistle.
Like, remember he does like that Dave Chappelle, I'm proud of you, man.
Yeah.
But like...
So, of course, there's a lot of Gematria connections between all four of these guys. And the first thing I noticed is that Bokeem Woodbine equals 138. Just like how death equals 38. And killing also equals 38. And then Too Short's real name is Todd Anthony Shaw, which equals 65. And Dave Chappelle equals 56. And then Todd Anthony Shaw equals 214. Just like how Dave equals 14. And then Too Short equals 41. And Dave Chappelle equals 241. And then Todd Shaw equals 41. And then Barrett equals 30. And Bokeem equals 30 as well. And then Too Short equals 130. And then Barrett equals 51. And Bokeem equals 51. And then Bokeem equals 24. And Chappelle equals 42. And then Chappelle equals 78. And Woodbine equals 87. And then Bokeem Woodbine equals 69. And Malcolm equals 69. And then Chappelle equals 39. And Malcolm equals 39. And Woodbine equals 39. Chappelle, Malcolm, Bokeem, and Woodbine all equal 42 and 24 in the same cipher. So there's a lot of 24s and 42s with them. And that's funny because Dave Chappelle's birthday is on August 24th. And he's 47 years old, right? That's funny because Bokeem Woodbine is also 47 years old. And pay attention to his birthday, right? So his birthday is April 13. So tell me why Malcolm Barrett, his birthday is also in April. And guess what? Too Short's birthday is also in April. Is that a coincidence, you guys? Like, what are the chances that Dave Chappelle and Bokeem Woodbine are the same age? And then on top of that, Bokeem Woodbine, Malcolm Barrett, and Too Short all have their birthday in the same month. And it's only like 2 weeks apart. So this blew my mind. When I found this out, I was like, yeah, I really need to make this video. This is straight mockery at this point. And then Malcolm Barrett is listed as 5'11", basically. Which is only 1 inch short of 6 feet. And Dave Chappelle is 6 feet. So what are the chances that Bokeem Woodbine is also 6 feet? So this is just too many coincidences, you know what I mean? Like, they're both 6 feet and they're both 47 years old. And then Bokeem Woodbine has a picture with Tupac. And as we all know, Tupac is a Kill the MC. Go watch my video about that if you haven't. I'll leave a link to it at the end of this video. But go check that video out. And I'm going to make more videos about Tupac and Biggie and Eazy-E. Because all of them faked their death and they're all in the same rap group. So that just makes it very obvious. And then Too Short said that Tupac might still be alive. So what are the chances of that? You know what I mean? Bokeem Woodbine met Tupac. And Too Short has songs with Tupac. And he also says that Tupac is alive. So he knows that a Kill the MC is Tupac. So these are pictures of Bokeem Woodbine on the set for like some TV show that he was filming. And it's very obvious that it's super easy for them to just put a wig on, some makeup, and they can be a completely different person. And Bokeem Woodbine was in the Spider-Man movie. And I thought that was interesting because Spider-Man is literally wearing a mask. So now to finish off the video, I'm going to show you guys a video of Daylyt basically explaining that Dave Chappelle was replaced. And then he tells his conversation with Katt Williams. So after I play that video, I'm going to play the video of Katt Williams. So regardless of how you feel about Daylyt, I respect him for being the only rapper to talk about celebrities wearing a mask and how celebrities get replaced by a lookalike and stuff like that. So if you guys want to watch this full video, the link to my second channel is in the description below.
Dave Chappelle. Do y'all think that's Dave Chappelle? A nigga that quit. A nigga that clearly quit because he knew the system was fucked up and then all of a sudden he came back to it. Niggas don't come back to something they quit, bruh. All right. I need y'all to understand this for a specific reason. I talked to Katt Williams. I just had a long talk to Katt Williams not too long ago. I had a long talk with Katt. And Katt, you know, y'all want to know what Katt Williams told me, bruh? I'm going to tell you what Katt Williams told me. Katt Williams told me, out his own mouth, whenever you decide to speak up, they going to do two things to you. They going to either reprogram your shit and make you crazy, same thing they did to DNA. They going to try to make you look crazy in the world eyes. The media is going to try to turn the world against you so you can't, so your vote, your word don't have an opinion. Or they going to kill you and bring you back. So what I did was I started making my own self look crazy in the media so they could leave me alone. I started making my own self look crazy in the media so they could leave me alone. I'm starting fights with 12-year-olds. I'm getting beat up by 12-year-olds. Man, I would have beat that little boy ass. I would have knocked him out if it was that serious. I just gave him a jab. I paid his mama. I did all that. I paid the whole family. What? First of all, y'all not even thinking. What I'm in the middle of in the game playing soccer for? I don't play soccer. Nigga, what I'm doing in a random park playing soccer? But see, the internet don't think like that. So what I'm saying is, I had to make myself look crazy so I could go off the radar. I said, damn, Katt, that's crazy. I said, yeah. They'll leave you alone when you start looking crazy for real. They'll leave you alone. So I'm just chilling for right now, linking up with all the people that I need to link up with. So the thing with Yee,
So everything he said right there is true, you know what I mean? There's three options. You know, either they program you to be crazy, or they destroy your image in the media and they make you look crazy, or they kill you off and replace you with somebody in a mask. So that's what they do with most people. And Katt Williams is smart because he was like, you know what, I'm going to just make myself look crazy. That way they could leave me alone. And that's exactly what he did, and it worked. So now I'm going to show you guys the video of Katt Williams basically telling us straight up that the real Dave Chappelle is dead. And it's crazy because the people in the interview, they think he's joking, but he's completely serious when he's saying this. And hopefully DJ Vlad doesn't copyright me for this. But if he does, I'm going to leave a link to this video in the description below. And also go watch this full Daylyt video because he also explains what happened to Michael Jackson and Kanye West. So the link to my second channel is in the description below.
But Dave Chappelle was decapitated in front of us. And until we deal with that, until we deal with the fact that a devout Muslim who doesn't eat bacon was accused of being a crackhead, until we establish the fact that they said that he went to Africa to smoke cocaine when we know they don't have running water and food over there, when they don't have paved roads over there. You saying he flew past Chicago and Miami and LA and New York and Detroit? You saying he went past Cleveland and Fort Pierce, Florida, and he went past Okeechobee and Oakland? You saying he went to another country where they're not eating?
Right.
You talking about somebody who has a wife and children, 5 children, and lives on a farm, doesn't live here in Hollywood. You saying you convinced people that person was an insane crackhead? Wow. And he hasn't been on movies and TV for 8 years? Is that correct? Wow. Okay, then don't tell me about what you want to tell me about. I just watched you decapitate the king in front of me. And then act like he's supposed to catch up and be a regular comedian like everybody else. But no.
He didn't go for that.
That's not how it went. He was out there with us for 20 years. They called him Pilot Boy because he had 19 pilots in Hollywood and everybody passed on him and said his show wasn't worth it.
What do you think of
Then when he made $500 million, they said even though his contract said he should get half of it, They said he made too much for the contract to be valid, so we'll offer you 10% of what you made. You mean he made $500 million and they offered him 50? Yes. And he said, what do you think my fans are going to say when they find out you offered me 10% of what I made you? And they said, your fans will believe that you're a crazy crackhead by the time you get home. And my nigga got on the flight in LA, and by the time he got to Ohio, it was so. And 8 years later, he hasn't been in a movie and or television. Is just now trying to do his real comeback at Radio City Music Hall. It bees like that sometimes. So now you can be the fake king or you can be the real king. But heavy is... But...
So yeah, that's pretty much it for the video. If the Katt Williams video didn't play right now, then that means that DJ Vlad copyrighted me. You know, he likes to copyright a lot of people for some reason. So if he did, I'll leave a link to it in the description below. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the video. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure to drop a like, comment, share, subscribe, turn on notifications, and subscribe to Money Motivated Stars. The link to his channel is in the description below. And if you guys want your channel promoted, be sure to message me on Instagram, and my email is also in the description below.